Hello again everyone, Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about part 2 of illness or sickness in a natal chart. So let me continue with the person's chart I was describing yesterday. First thing is, I'm going to backtrack a little on this. And I'm going to go to what I think could have very well been the onset of some of the mental trauma and turmoil this person has gone through in this person's life. On the date of her husband's death, transiting Uranus conjuncted her natal Venus, and this could signify unpredictable events connected with love and upheavals as well. Also, this had squared her ascendant moon and Saturn from the 4th, so this kind of, I think, wreaked havoc on her home and domestic life. So there was going to be obviously some change, and things were kind of tumultuous obviously at this time in connection with 4th house activities, which include the home and family. Now, transiting Neptune had conjuncted her natal Mercury at this point in time, and thinking, when this happens, thinking can become chaotic, convoluted, and confused. Objectives may have been nebulous and not clearly defined. Also, drinking, best of my knowledge, ensued shortly after this happened, and as most of us know, Neptune is associated with chemicals. Transiting Pluto also conjuncted her natal Neptune, and this could intensify escapist tendencies, urge to withdraw, go into a solitude. Secluded habits can be emphasized, and it can be, someone could hide from life's trials and tribulations and adversities during this period. Upheavals connected with ideals and dreams also very well transpired during this period. Now, this is back to her natal chart. 14 out of 31 aspects are adverse. And when somebody has a plethora of negative or adverse aspects in their horoscope, I believe this could indicate many obstacles, obstructions, and delays this person would have to encounter over the course of life, much adversity to overcome. Life may feel like a perpetual battle that has to be fought, and this frustration can ensue because of this, and can cause certain exasperation and inner turmoil. Another thing she has in her chart, what I counted 4 cardinal T-squares. Now, this could indicate a really excessive intensity in terms of embarking on a number of projects, often simultaneously. It's a lot of activity, trying to do things. It could indicate strong initiative and enterprise, but however, aggravation may ensue, I believe, due to the fact when you have all these things going on in your life and trying to do too many things all at one time. And one could also dissipate oneself through lack of a unifying purpose because of this. When you're trying to do too much at once, often you might have very few things that actually get completely accomplished, and obviously this can cause frustration as well. Now, in her chart, she has a number of conjunctions. She has 3 conjunctions and what I call 2 long conjunctions, which fall a little bit out of what I call the orb for them. Now, when you have a lot of number of conjunctions in a natal chart, much friction can result from the planets being so close to each other and rubbing up against one another. Obviously, this is something which can cause some anger, exasperation, and again, some agitation. And one, Mars is involved in two of the conjunctions, and as we know, Mars is connected with aggression and anger. And then there's one that involves a long conjunction to Pluto. And as we know, Pluto is a planet that can be destructive. Now, she also has four planets that are in detriment or fall. And I think when a person has a number of planets in detriment or fall, it can indicate perhaps a propensity toward worry, apprehension. The energies, due to the fact that energies are not maybe channeled in the right way all the time, when this happens, this could lead again, and be too redundant, but lead to some exasperation, some frustration, and this person might have to work harder and more laboriously to attain certain things in their life because the energies are not going in the way as fluidly as opposed to if the planets were not in detriment or fall, or even if they were in their natural ruler. So anyway, people, it's almost the conclusion of this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to do something for me which is a little bit oblique or a little bit unorthodox. What I do customarily on my videos, I'm going to actually bring this camera over, if you hold on for a moment here, and I'm going to bring it over to the actual picture of this natal chart, and I'm going to summarize real quick, kind of give an overview real fast on it.
Okay, let's see if I can put this in the right place. Bear with me, people. I'm going to see. I know some of it's blocked out, but anyway, you could see right here is one thing. You see our moon in the 6th house making all these negative aspects. Saturn, the ascendant, Mars, and all this Cancer energy is opposition to the Capricorn. The inability maybe to integrate home and family obviously could have caused some inner conflict and turmoil with her. You see all the number of squares with these Libra planets to the Cancer planets here. The part of sickness in the 1st house, not only in the 1st house, but conjuncting Mars, which has to do with things connected with anger and things that are acrimonious. And you have it conjunct the ascendant, like I said before, in the 1st house, making a long conjunction perhaps with Saturn as well. And Saturn is obviously not really, I wouldn't consider that favorable from a health standpoint if the Saturn is conjuncting the part of sickness. And part of sickness is some of you may know, it's not only pertaining to physical health. It could be the area in life where we have certain difficulties and dilemmas we face. And the fact that this is conjunct Mars, this could be dealing with some anger issue. And in the 1st house of personality or an appearance, maybe there was something connected with the person's appearance, not appearance, I think more personality, personality, where maybe pride, being the sign Leo, pride intervened with her inability to see her own failings, and the failings might have caused some of maybe the problems she endured during the course of her life. And as we have Sag on the 6th house, and as I stated before, Sagittarius can it's not always the great benefic. In a lot of cases it may be, but Sagittarius can have a ability to enlarge and expand upon things, and that could indicate when maybe she had some exorbitant health issues. And the planet Jupiter, I said, for conjuncts Neptune. Jupiter makes some negative aspects. It makes a square to the moon in the 6th house of health, and it also makes a square to or at least a long square, I should say. It might not be in the orb, but a long square to Saturn in the 12th house of seclusion and solitude and self undoing. So you could kind of see where there might be some health matters because of this. And the person has suffered from chronic physical illness and debilitation during the course of her life, whether it's some colds, allergies. She had an accident in fair recent time. I think there's something with her back going on right now. And as far as the mental state, best of my knowledge, this person, she was never officially classified with any particular mental issue or emotional problems. But a number of people that I've been associated with, there's some family members and some friends that have concurred that she has some kind of mental situation going on. But although at the same time I will say she was never officially classified with it, but I strongly believe, though it is, that she does have some issues going on as far as anger and emotional issues. But anyway, and another thing too, I noticed that you have Neptune, the planet of which is connected with confusion and chaos, is in her third house. So it just shows that maybe obviously her thinking and some of her ideas maybe were somewhat a little bit nebulous and vague and hazy to say the least. And maybe it shows that there's some chaos, and her thinking might be chaotic and convoluted from time to time maybe. But anyway, people, that will conclude this YouTube astrological segment for illness or sickness in a natal chart, part 2. And stay tuned next time, where I will be dissertating and talking about continuing my house ruler series. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis on a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because a person astrologically is the sum of all the components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.